So, this podcast today is about basically when you think you have a narcissist among a group, and it could be, within your group of friends, family dynamics as well, and, you know, you start catching these behaviors where they're very condescending towards you. They seem to only really target you compared to other people, and they do this in front of a crowd where they're very condescending. They say jabs, little jabs, and also you start catching that they kind of turn people against you. They start spreading rumors, these little lies, or even ideas about you. And so, when you start catching this behavior and it's very consistent, it's not just one time, it's like many times that you encounter this person and you feel worse going out than you do in. Well, that's because usually you have someone extremely toxic, if not narcissistic, someone that really is finding an outlet. And for one reason or another, is usually because of envy, usually about something about you that they have to attack you all the time. And it's usually because the other person has good qualities. Usually they're probably even liked amongst their friends. And so there's a little jealousy thing that could be going on. Or also too, it's they could just be really looking for someone to, just to use as a pastime activity as far as like, putting them down and things and making themselves uplifted, in front of people. Because remember, when it comes to like people who tend to be condescending or try to bully, they need crowds. They don't do it on their own. They're cowards, and especially if it's among a decent sized group too as well, it elevates them, and because they have this sense of misery within that they have to take it out on others. And so what they do is they find what they think is the weakest link, someone that is more composed than they are, and so they try to get a reaction. And so a lot of narcissists do that. A lot of toxic people do this. And so if you have one of those people among a group, pay attention. If it's always consistent, that says a lot. And you're going to have to try to distance yourself from them as much as possible. Because if they're already showing you that they're going to be attacking you, they're going to be going up against you and try to belittle you, you're going to have to try to create distance as much as you can. And this is a person that you can't cut out. Let's just say that, this is a family member or someone amongst a group that you have to deal with because there's mutual friends, with this person, and you have to deal with them. So the best way you can go about things is you got to grade rock. You cannot react, okay? You cannot react to their subtle low blows because they be doing that. A lot of toxic people be doing that, and then when you react, they be like, "What's wrong with you? I was just kidding." Or they can do all these little things to try to belittle you, even after that. And so you got to remember too, it's especially if it's a big group, they have somewhat enablers, else they would have been doing that. Someone would have called them out, you know. And the thing is, though, is that try to keep the distance from these types of people, but also be firm. Say that you're not going to tolerate that type of behavior if they say something offensive, or and so on, and do it in front of everyone too. Do it in front of the crowd. But it's building boundaries. There's a difference. You're not belittling the other person. You're building boundaries. And remember, if you embarrass them a little bit, they're going to come at you a little bit more, but at least you establish something. At least you establish that you're not going to put up with that behavior. And the more you push, the more they're going to back off.